Alright, this is where stuff starts getting a little bit bigger and less unwieldy to handle. What's up, YouTubers, one and all? Mine is Fake1987, and today we're taking a look at the second, our first expansion for the board game, because technically these are just minifigures and whatnot, nothing else. But this right here is our first full expansion with some substance. This is Limgrave Depths. Now, Limgrave Depths is basically the Kickstarter exclusives. I did have to fix this during the unboxing because for whatever reason it popped open, so yeah. But, yeah, here we go. And as always, we had to take a look at the rulebook and shit. This is not our first time doing this, it will not be the last. Also get 4 encounter books. Oh god. Oh, I know what I have to do. Oh shit. Alright. Well, I mean, actually, I guess I could do this. Excuse me. So if I can just use this on the board game, I guess it could be even easier. I'll at least fold that in there so I don't get mauled. There. There, I found the perfect space for us to put the encounter books there. So we'll do that first, but first, because this is a rule book, we have to look at it, so, yeah. Alright, so, rule book. Alright, so we get to the expansion, and then we get in scenarios, essentially. So we get 6 skeletons, 3 bears, a wretch, a warrior, so basically the last 2 types in the game that we do not get in the other core sets, for whatever reason. 2 rune bears, a demi-human queen, and a mad pumpkin head. And then my favorite, Blythe the half-wolf. Yes, that's how you say it. You don't say it Blythe, it's Blythe. With an F. You say it like a Blythe. Like B-L-I-F-E. Not this. That's how you say it. Don't believe me? Look up the game. They'll tell you. It also tells you a bunch of the stuff you're getting here, and it's quite a lot. It's a lot to take in. You also got 28 hex tiles, and you get a counter books A, B, C, and D. So, yeah. Alright, so. Elden, arise, ye Tarnished, and prepare to step upon the path to becoming Elden Lords. Elden Ring, the board game, Limgrave Depths expansion is an expansion to Elden Ring, the board game, Realm of the Graphic King. The glorious realm, now faded since its fall and ruination, a wealth of mysteries and forgotten locations nonetheless await those bold and intrepid of soul. Explore the region, engage dangerous enemies as you venture deeper into the decaying majesty of the region of the lands between, known as Limgrave. Limgrave Depths expansion adds 8 new scenarios that could be played alongside your Realm of the Graphic King campaign or standalone scenarios. And it basically tells you how to add these scenarios to the game. So, Warrior and Rest can be played in any campaign. Set them up in the corresponding rulebook. Can be used, any placeholder token does not belong to another Tarnished taking part in a campaign. And warning. The Wretch is intended to provide a unique and challenging gameplay experience, particularly at the beginning of the campaign. Basically, it's your masochistic 10-10-10-10-10-10-10-10-10-10 starter class. It's the one class that is like, you start this, you better be good at the game, or you're fucked. Which is why, my starter class, you actually start with the Vagabond. But I don't know which set of these has the Vagabond in it, so we'll see. The hexes include expansion, scenario steps retrace A and B. Reward for one of the scenarios in expansion, Tarnished can earn a powerful ally, Blythe. Life is treated as a spirit. Ashes, but adds 2 cards in marching order instead of 1. Can only be summoned by Tarnished with 15 or more unspent runes. So, unlike Alexander, he only needs 15. And then you get our first boss fight. Just right out the gate. And the boss gets harder with each, tarnish you add. Then we get a dungeon with a boss. See, I should be just taking pictures of these. These are the minis that come in the set. This is the first boss. I really should just turn off the light. Stop it. Oh, turn off the light. Here we go. Where you can see the whole majesty of the book. There we go. Mistwood Ruins. We get to deal with the fucking rune bears. And then we get the bigger rune bear. God. Oh, God, no. Also, I love the narrative text at the beginning of each. Like, it's so nice. And then finally, the Death Touch Catacombs, the Gauntlet. And just some beautiful fucking art. Like, damn. And then finally, Steps Retraced A and B, which is pretty much... Oh, you do get a new, you get an NPC. Oh, shit. Okay. What do you need? I don't want any trouble. What are you buying? I'm sorry. I love the lore here. Alright, so that's that. And now let's take a look at the encounter books. These are basically the board of the game. I'm not joking, that's what these are. And then pretty much, I think they're all the same. Yeah, they are all the same, because you also get narrative scenarios here too. So, let's first look at the narrative scenarios. And, God, the art is just beautiful. This is one of the most beautiful Dark Souls-like games FromSoft has ever made. But it's also the most haunting. Actually, no, the most haunting will go to Bloodborne easily. You just take a pretty much at some points this actually turns into a full D&D like game. I'm not joking. This is a long scenario, though. Like, I was not expecting this. And then we get the combat encounters. It's for both of them. Like, damn, we have a lot here. And then here it is. This is the part of the board game that is the most complicated to deal with. So I'm gonna need to show you how it works. What you do essentially is you fold the book like that. And then you basically just do that. You just line it up. That's how you make the board. And the books are aligned way differently than you think. Because this is A, this is D, this is B, and this is C. They're always going to be aligned like this. This is how they're made. But honestly, I think this might be one of the best ways to do this. And as you can see here, this is an entire board. So let's say, for example, let's bring out a miniature. Let's bring out screw it. Let's bring out one of these skeleton enemies here. Here we go. Which also just what they look like as well. This is a full square they take up. One square for everything, but enemies usually going on this side, usually. That's what they usually do. But, yeah. And then something like the Rune Bear, which, we'll just get him out. Something like this takes up 4 squares. It's a whole boss. Yeah. Even though this is not really how you're supposed to do it for the boss, that's just basically the gist of it. Now, how do I get this back here? Bro. I don't want to break it. I don't want to break it. I don't want to break it. No. No. Don't break it, please. Don't break it. There's a lot of unopened cards and stuff here we'll be taking a look at, but first I just want to show you the boards because they also have some of the most beautiful imagery from the game as well. They're top-down view, but they are clearly from the game. So that's scenario 1, Fort Height West. This is Demi-Human Queen, so all you gotta do is just flip it over to its side. And that's pretty much all you have to do to get to the next scenario. Some of these you will have to actually painstakingly flip back and forth. But for this one is specifically just easily. You can flip it to whatever you need to. So, this is the Demi-Human Queen. I'm realizing this video might be one of the longer ones. But this is just a short expansion. This is nothing like the core sets. That's saying something. So, Mistwood Ruins. And you can also tell the board changes, the grid changes with each scenario. Sometimes it gets wider, sometimes it gets longer, sometimes it just gets shorter. Like, it all varies on the scenario, and I love that. Like, one can make a narrative, like, story straight from just this game alone, and it would still feel like the game. You get a lot of shit here, though. Like, the boss gets a lot of shit, to be honest. Oh, and the middle space is you. Yeah, because sometimes there's 2 bosses on each side, and you only get one spot to do shit. And so it just so happens that the spot with the least amount of spaces is you. So there is a lot of variability when it comes to scenarios, and it feels cheaper to do it this way than just straight up having multiple boards. Looking at you, Dark Souls. Like, when you play this game, it's going to feel different. It really will feel different. This is just the first half of the unboxing, by the way. We haven't gotten to the miniatures or anything else. I mean, I've shown off 2 miniatures. I haven't shown off the rest. And again, just beautiful imagery from both Steamforks and FromSoft. I just love this. I really do. I'm also waiting for the official retail release of the Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon Forbidden West board game. Because once that comes out, most likely the original one is going to jump in price. But the good news about that board game is that, here, we'll use this one as, like, the final, image. Here you go. The good news about that is that just like this one, this is, backwards compatible, which means it can work. So basically, the next Kickstarter, which, in turn for this one would have to be a game found, is Rot and Sorcery. So that will basically be the same thing here. Rot and Sorcery would basically can actually pull content from here, or you can just straight up continue the campaign from this game. And I think it's a really cool concept that they have going on in future games that are connected. Like, for example, Horizon Forbidden West, Seeds of Rebellion, where you can pull miniatures from the previous game, including all the Kickstarter stuff. Which, if you have Kickstarter, it's great, but if you don't have all the Kickstarter stuff, and believe me, some of the shit is expensive as fuck. More expensive than this board game, to be honest, which is saying something certain effect this costs way more at retail than it does to get anything else. That's saying something. Like, some of the Kickstarter expansions are like 200, 300 each, but these ones are like, nah, fuck it, they're easy to get. How is that possible? How is a machine game that has nothing to do with Dark Souls more expensive than this? I don't get Kickstarter price of these things. But that's just the first half. Now we're getting down to the second half, which is looking at everything. So we already looked at all the skeletons, because they're pretty much all the same. We looked at one of the room bears. So we're going to take a look at the other minis now. And while we're at it, take a look at the rest of the board game. So this is a normal bear. And you know what? While we're at it, we might as well just show off all the miniatures in the box as well. And there you go. You get two room bears. You don't get one, you get 2. That's frightening, because room bears are like one of the harder enemies, especially according to this board game. Meanwhile, the Demi-Human Queen is like about the normal stuff, essentially. This is a really good miniature, though, I'm not gonna lie. And then we probably have my least favorite of the bosses, just because I don't really give a shit about them. The Mad Pumpkinhead. Yeah. Then, of course, we have our 2 starting classes. We have the Wretch. And we have the warrior. It's a really strange stance, but you know what? I'll take it. And then finally, my favorite, Blythe. Just Blythe. He's my favorite. And yeah, so that's all the minis. Now let's take a look at all the tiles, because yes, we do take a look at the tiles as well. We'll take a look at everything here. So, here we go. Something's off. Are some of the tiles missing, or are they supposed to be like this? Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I better get the rule book out. Hold on. No, yeah. No, that is the one. That is the one for this. I have to use the ones for this expansion. Okay. There should be 28 total, so we're going to count them as we go through them. Damn, how do you fucking do this? Alright, you know what? We're going to go backwards. We're going to go backwards, that way we can put it all back in the box when we're done. Alright, so we got 54. Bro, back in the box. 53. Back in the box. Why is it hard to put button ones back in the box? Come on. 33. Let's know this one should be number 3. 4. I love the drawings though. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21. 22. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28. I'm giving the cards enough time to shine so you can see them. Because that's what I don't like about unboxings, is that sometimes they don't bother to show you anything. They just like, oh, show you the miniature, show you quick flip, then boom, that's it. I'm not like that. I want to show everything. So, yeah, I guess we'll have to make this a part 2, because we gotta look at the cards. You know what? Yeah, I should start doing that. So, next up is just gonna be looking at all the cards for this one. So, that's part 1 of Limgrave Depths. Thank you all for watching. I just said what the next part is. If you enjoyed this video, hope you click notifications to be updated. I'll update some videos. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, to all are one. I mean, not to all are one. Arise now, ye tarnished.